The Enigma of Leonardo. It's the third of 4 games that I'm looking at for Right Games. One thing I gotta say about this game right away is, top of the box here, it says it's the board game. And I know there's a sort of a debate in the whole board game world as to what do you call a game. If it has cards, is it a card game? If it has a board and some cards, well, it's somewhere in the middle. Well, this game, the components are a bunch of these little mini cards and then a bunch of more regular size cards. And beyond the instructions, that's it. So I don't care what way you look at it, this is a card game. It's not a knock against the game, it's just that's what it is. Now, what this is it is a very light game. It's for 2 to 4 players and can be played in 30 minutes. And I'm going to go into the instructional for the game right now, and to warn you, it's really, really short. Probably the shortest explanation I've ever done. Not a knock against the game, just the facts, ma'am.
The object of this game is to be the first player to collect 7 unique keys of the 12 available here. When the game starts, each player is dealt 5 cards in the form of a cross. Each player is then dealt 5 cards, and you're ready to start. The way a player's turn works is as follows. A player looks at his hand, chooses one of his 5 cards, and uses one to replace one of the 5 cards in his cross. So here I'll replace the left card. Now this card will replace the exact same slot in the opponent to the left. So this card gets replaced, and then this card finally gets discarded. The player then looks at his cross. If he has 3 identical symbols either going horizontally or going vertically, then he gets to claim a key of the same symbol, if he doesn't already own one. So here, this player has 3 matching buildings going horizontally, so he gets to claim a building key. The player then draws another card to fill his hand back up to 5, and that's the end of his turn. Play continues back and forth with this exact same play mechanic. So player 2 chooses a card. Let's see, we'll go give this guy a cat. This replaces this card up here, and then this card gets discarded. He looks at his cards, sees that he has 3 cats going vertically, so he takes a cat key. He draws a card to refill his hand to 5 and turns over. And that's how the game works, just back and forth until one player is able to acquire 7 of these keys, and that's it. There's only one other special rule to this game. At one point, and only one point during this game, if you play a card and you end up with 5 identical symbols all around, at that point you can choose to take any one key that you don't have.
Wow, so really quick, straightforward instructions. I wish more games would be like that. If I could have explained TWA that fast, that would have been a huge load off my shoulders. So what do I think of the game? It's actually pretty intriguing if played the correct way. Now, the whole point of this game is you're trying to acquire your own keys while you're focusing on the opponent to the left of you, trying to make sure they don't get their keys. And so in a 4-player game, everyone is sort of like the gatekeeper to the person to their left. And so as long as everyone is engaged and always focusing on the person to their left, the game can actually have this really strong puzzle feeling to it. That's why this game only works in certain settings. Now, I'm a very AP-prone person, and I try to make a strong effort to limit that when I'm with other people. And so the first time I played this game, I was just trying to rush through my turns, not try to delay the game too much, and the game felt kind of random to me. Now later I played this with another group who was more prepared for a more slow, drawn-out game, and I found it incredibly engaging because we all took our time to analyze our own boards and check out the other person's, and it was very compelling back and forth of benefiting myself while holding the other guy back, and it was quite fun that way. So don't look at this as a really fast rushing filler. Think of it as a more, a slightly more meatier game where you're sitting down and doing a bit more analysis than, the lighter fare. So with that criteria, I think this is actually a pretty good game, and it's fast, so I like it.